Recording in progress.
What's going on? FBA on the water, episode 6.
Yes, sir.
Zach, Lucky Flip, and Nate. Nate, introduce yourself.
What's going on, guys? It's Nate Flips FBA. And yeah, we're two, normal dudes doing FBA on the water.
Yes, sir.
As
Last
you guys, as you all may noticed, I have moved from the cave to the sunroom. We are now on the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, quick
Last week took it off.
disclaimer.
Apologies to all of our listeners. But sorry, what was your disclaimer, Nate? My bad.
Yeah, last week we took it off. This week I'm sick. Zach's kind of sick.
Not as
Um,
sick as Nate though.
so if my voice sounds a little weird, like sick, man. What can I say? So yeah, our topics today, we're gonna we're gonna go through like some little tidbits of good information for like new sellers as far as shipping. We'll go over why that matters, like an example, like a real world example between myself and Zach and like what the result of that was. And then we'll talk about the last week and kind of what went on. I know Zach was away on army stuff out in the woods, but your boy Nate was in the cozy house and buying and buying and buying and spending a ton of money. And the result of that, the delayed gratification of that will should be a crazy sales month, maybe
Oh,
towards the end of this month and December. So Zach, what's our little newbie topic of the evening?
newbie topic, yeah. To hit on, even though I was in the woods doing the army thing, still I brought my laptop like an absolute idiot. Some would call me an idiot, some would call me a genius, you never know. And
Hey,
took advantage of all those good sales that we've seen last week, those early Black Fridays. But as for the newbie shipping mistakes, so me being
take notes.
take notes, yeah, notepad. So not even 60 days in, but this is still something that a little common sense maybe, and I probably could have figured this out a little earlier. But so when you you add your products to Amazon at like on Seller Central, not this is nothing to do with inventory labs, but so it kind of like the workflow like steers you in a direction to create a shipment. Like I like that. Taking notes. Steers you in a direction to like start like box your stuff up like right away.
Yeah.
So probably like my first 30 or 40 shipments into Amazon, I would just add the product to the catalog, box it up, label it, box it up, and then throw the label on and put just one single SKU in a box and ship it. That leads to a lot of labels. What do labels cost? A lot of money. So for my month of October, I spent like almost $1,100 in inbound shipping costs. And like Nate definitely did more sales than me, like units and dollar sign wise. And Nate,
Yeah.
you spend
I
like
spent just under $400 in shipping.
inbound shipping, Nate spent almost 600, $700 less than me. That's like profit that I just threw out the window because I'm a newbie beginner.
Yeah.
And yeah, lesson learned. So like 2 weeks ago, I'm like sitting down in the cave down here, boxing stuff up, and I FaceTime Nate. I was like, dude, like, how do I like put like a couple of things into a large box? And he was like, oh, you just go like all your FBA SKUs on the like shipment workflow and just add a new product. I was like, oh my god, I am so stupid because I always knew it was a thing. I didn't know it, obviously not, but could be, but I didn't think price like the price of the shipping would really be that different. But I mean, I was sending in like 10 like lipsticks of some sort in like a single box, like a small one. That label right there, like
Yeah.
threw it into a large box with a bunch of sweaters and um other stuff I'm selling. Like it would have been like pennies on the dollar compared to what I paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd get like a 10 pack of something that literally could fit like here, and I'd have to put it in like a box like a little bit bigger, and then put a bunch of freaking bubble wrap in there, wasting a bunch of space when I could have just tossed it into another ship.
Yeah.
So that's like a huge mistake on my end. Definitely dollar signs thrown out the door there. But yeah, if you're ever wondering about your inbound shipping and you're like me, I'm not going to say dumb because I'm not going to call you dumb. Be like me that needs some assistance in that category, then definitely hit me up on Instagram and I'll be glad to walk you through it.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Call, whatever. Like, I know I can't be the only one that messed up like that. I mean, Reezy Resells was saying that he like didn't even have like a pro seller account his first like year, and he almost wasted like 10 G. I remember I remember listening to an interview. He was like, "Yeah, I almost wasted like 10 grand." I was like, "How the hell do you?" G's. Then he's like, "Yeah, I was about to pay like $1 per unit shipped because I didn't have a seller pro account." Like, oh, wow, okay,
Yeah. It's those little things that like you just don't even think about because you get into that habit of like, all right, I got stuff. Add this, boom, pack it up, boom, slap a label on it, ship it out. But you can have boxes, up to 25 inches and up to 50 pounds. So you can pack that sucker full of as many items as possible. And sometimes you're gonna hit confirm on Seller Central or what
that
have
volume
you,
order, right?
and it's gonna like give you a warning. It's gonna be like, this box should not fit this many, blah blah blah. And I mean, if it's in there right now and you already taped it up, it fit. So hit the confirm, the acknowledgement, you know, and ship it. If it's under 50 pounds, you're good. Um,
So with the volume with that, not so like so that saved me time. That warning. So I got like some baby bottles that were supposed to be glass, but I ordered them not knowing that they weren't glass and they were plastic. Just tossed them in a box. I was gonna ship them, and it was like this like box should weigh like double what it weighs. So like
mm.
volume, like it'll give you a warning on either one. But it's like, why does it weigh half as much? That's weird. Looked at it, I'm like, oh, these are plastic, and glass like weighs a shit ton more than plastic. So I was
Yeah,
okay, like I probably shouldn't send these in. I went and got my money back, returned them, but it's still that kind of saved me because I probably would have got some returns on that, maybe some negative feedback or whatever.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's particular products where people will be a lot more like stingy, not stingy, but just like strict. Like if something's not exactly what it's described as. So like if it was plastic and it said on Amazon this thing was supposed to be glass, like
Oh yeah, especially baby products, dude. People are like
yeah,
BP shit. Like you want to be
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Johnny on the money when you're ripping baby products because people and their babies they take that very serious, which they should.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, like they should. I mean,
so, like all natural, whatever. Like make sure you're doing the right thing.
yeah, yeah, for
This
sure.
insurance today though.
Another little shipping tip too is if you guys we talked about this before, but if you use Seller Central and you're maybe transitioning into Inventory Labs, you can always if something on Inventory Labs or Seller Central wants to send a shipment to like IND4 and you've had bad experience with that, or if you're just like scared to do it, like it'll take you time, but you could do that same shipment on the other software and it could send it to a different fulfillment center and you could be in the clear. That was something we talked about in one of Miles's calls before. It's like people were like, yo, IND4, like black hole, like everything's going missing, blah, blah, blah. And we're just like, well, you can do two things actually. You can do the switching the software, or you can like delete that active workflow and try to go back in like a couple hours later, and who knows, the demand for that product could be somewhere else now, and it'll get shipped to some like a different location. But
Yeah, that's a good point for sure.
I mean, me personally, like I haven't had too many things go missing. Like I did just have 5 Air Force Ones go missing, so like I'm in the process of like getting my refund because for whatever reason they lost it.
Dude, that's
So
been a struggle, like for me for sure. Like losing like all these like shoes. I just like lost like 8 pairs here, and then it's like, oh, wait, we found them, and it was like
yeah.
weeks later. It was like 3 weeks later or something, and then the listing got like another 40 sellers on. So I bought them with like 15 people on the listing, sent them in. They literally checked in, and then 2 days later disappeared. And then they were like, "Yeah, we can't find them." So
Yeah.
I sent in like all my receipts and pictures and stuff. And then they were like, "Oh wait, we found him." It's like, dude, it's been like 4 freaking weeks since I've sent them in. Like
Yeah.
they just checked in when they were about to check in. Like I would have made that much more profit back or whatever.
Yeah.
Get a
Yeah.
refund on one of the orders that got lost, or one of the shipments that got lost, and I'm hoping I get another refund. It's- They actually kind of hooked it up, like oddly. Like if Bezos is listening right now, the receipt was like it was like $330 or something, and they sent me like 390. I was like profit.
Do you think they gave you the shipping cost back too?
I mean, even if yeah, they probably did, but even that, it didn't cost $60 to ship.
Oh, word.
Oh,
Good.
that could have been what the shipping chargeback was that we were talking about.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Because I had like a random like $40 in there.
Yeah.
That probably, yeah, that was probably it. So the ship back plus the refund, that was like almost $450.
Good. Good, good.
But yeah, I got another one that got lost, and I got 9 more pairs of shoes. So really hoping that they hook it up with the refund again, because
Yeah.
it's like you're just out like a G.
And that's what sucks is like you want to not go hard with items when you first like want to test them out, but if you send in 8 shoes to test and they get lost, well, now you have no data.
No data. And like for a new seller, like that's like even myself, like I mean, we're getting there. We're getting better. We're like no by no means seasoned vets and shit. But when you're first starting and you send in like 5 to 10 items and they go missing, like that, like emotionally, dude, that's like I gotta throw in the towel, dude. Like
Yeah.
happened. This is like only my third week, and I got $1,000 worth of inventory that's just gone.
It's gone.
It's like, dude, what do you do with it? So I can see how that can definitely be like a fearful thing when you're starting out. But if you can keep the
Yeah.
and just keep sending stuff in, odds are maybe they'll find them. Or if not, hopefully you get a refund and you like document everything correctly so you can get a refund.
Yeah, just
For some
cover
reason,
your
take pictures of shoes, dude. Like
mm-hmm.
I haven't really had well, I got like sweatshirts that are like researching. Have you ever heard of that? Researching? Like a
Yeah, I don't really know what that means to be honest.
there's
Like,
a whole bunch of different categories. I looked into it today, and it can be like an array of different things. And there's no way
yeah,
to know what yours is though, because it says case ID like A through Z,
yeah.
and I'm like, what? Like, which one of these is mine? But it said hopefully, it's like 14 days into researching now, so they said it won't take any longer than 30. So whatever.
Crazy. So crazy.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, guys, like don't get discouraged if stuff goes missing. There's if you cover all your loose ends, you know, you take pictures of your product, if you box it up, you take a picture of what's in there. You could like move stuff around, you know, take a like there's no like limit to what how many steps you can take. um, to cover yourself. And there's even like services out there that will like if you have something go missing, say it's a five, let's say it's $500 worth of stuff, and it's missing, and like you don't know what to do. Like there's services that have lawyers and other like agents that will fight that case for you, and then you'll pay them a percentage of that refund cost, and you'll still get 70% back of what you just lost, and then they'll keep the 30% or whatever.
More than zero.
Yeah, it's better than zero.
Same
and
same thing. Go.
and it's like outsourcing, so like you're not doing it yourself. If you're like doing a bunch of other things, like if you got a job, if you are prepping, if you're sourcing, and like you don't want to take your focus off that and put it on to recovering your shit, like outsource it and pay the 30% and whatever, be happy.
Yeah. Same thing with like reinstating your account too. I was listening to a podcast,
Yeah.
like Chris Grant. They had a guy on, forget his name. I gotta figure it out.
Was it their most recent episode?
It can't
Mm.
even remember. I listened to it a lot. But yeah,
This.
pretty much he was just pretty much talking about how like if you hit him up before, yeah, fear of suspension. He doesn't have any show notes.
Mm. Was that on like their spooktacular episode?
I think so. There was a dude that came on at the beginning.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That dude, he was like in India. He was in India presenting like his stuff to Amazon sellers and whatnot. And then there was two Amazon employees that came up to him and like just wanted to chop it up. And they talked about how like how to what would trigger account suspension and some other things. Like you guys should definitely check out that episode. It's Clear the Shelf podcast with Chris and Chris.
Yeah, episode like number on it, but it's their most recent episode. Amazon
Yeah,
fears and how to overcome them.
it
But
was probably like October 30th or something that came out.
yeah, but that dude was saying like hit him up before you ever get suspended. Like he'll like you give him your information, he logs into your account, like does a deep dive on all your stuff, like looks at all the things in your account health page, like the big box in the middle, like your IP complaints,
Mm-hmm.
inauthentic, and another big one is like your ODR, order defect rate. And I'm still like learning all that stuff on what that all like entails. I know it's like a bunch of different metrics that they take to calculate your order defect rate,
Yeah.
but people think their account health is like that box in the middle with like IP complaints, inauthentic complaints, and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Order defect rate holds like a serious weight, and if you like it's off to the side, if you lose track of it and that
Yeah.
it's above 1%, like that's gonna hit your account health hard.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of, is your account's over back over 200 now, right?
yeah, it is. So it took like a week, and the inauthentic complaint isn't even gone; it's still there. But it was only a 4 point whack, and then like I just did all like the plan of action for like again
Mm-hmm.
making sure that never happens again or whatever. And then it just went up 4 points like next week. So back over 200, no longer at risk or anything crazy like that.
Yeah, that's really good.
And like I talked to, so if you like ignore calls from, this is for like forever. You ignore all your phone calls and stuff that you don't, like don't know the number. Like I didn't one day randomly, and it was this lady who like said she was like my Amazon account representative. I was like, huh, like I didn't know that we got those. But I ended up like staying on the phone with her for like 30 minutes. She was talking to me about what I'm selling, wanted to learn about me and all this stuff. And I actually hit her up for help with the inauthentic complaint, and then I hit her up about the lost shipments and the same phone call and all that. But very helpful. Like if you reach out to Amazon and be like, hey, do I have an account like not account help, but like an account representative? Like
Yeah.
they get paid to just help us. So like anything, like they're not going to give you like the support like seller support answer on like how to like document all your plan of actions and stuff. But they'll look into stuff and they'll help you out because I've had her actually look into a lost shipment for me and it got reimbursed like 2 days later. So I don't know if she had anything to do with it, but doesn't
Hey,
to have someone that works for Amazon on your side.
the pseudo effect could have helped regardless.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I hit her up again today. So
So let's talk about what happened last week. We had a bunch of buying going on. Zach was buying in the woods. He was still making it happen wherever he was on the range, doing
gotta do
whatever.
it. Gotta
And
do
a couple sites in particular were super hot, and they will be hot again, and they could be right now. So real quick, we'll go through the five sites, not really in order. They're just five sites that we were buying off, and I'll briefly just talk like what the sale was. So on Kohls, they had the early Black Friday deal, which was $15 of Kohl's cash every $50 you spent. And there was, a shit ton of just products that were on sale. So we were buying, Nike products that were already like 20% off or more. And every $50 you spent, you get $15 back to spend again at Kohl's. So you can't like cash it out, but you can just keep buying inventory. Another one that's actually going on like right now, which is East Bay. So a lot of East Bay products, you type in the promo code East Bay, and you'll get 50% off of a ton of shit. There's been Nike products on there that I've bought yesterday, and there's Adidas. I mean, there's like thousands and thousands of products. So definitely check that out. Um, Nike's got ongoing sales like literally every single day. If you go on the website, you'll see at the very top it'll say like up to 60% off on blah blah blah. And just click that and it'll shoot you all the products they have for sale. Adidas also has a pretty big sale going on right now, like the NMD ones or whatever. They're pretty popular Adidas shoes. I personally haven't bought any for because I didn't find a good listing on Amazon. There's a couple that are like around 100K rank, but for me, it wasn't worth buying. But some of those shoes are literally $50 right now that are usually 150. So check that out. And then last but not least, All Star Health. That came up in a couple TA scans. That is one of the websites that TA will scan, which is awesome. They have a ton of health products, vitamins, protein, you name it. And so that gave us a couple SKUs that we could buy. Um, and yeah,
those.
I mean, all those sites are really good sources. You don't have to use TA. You can just manually source all of those. And I highly suggest you do it because the more you do that, the better you get. The better you get, the more you buy. The more you buy, the more you sell. More profit. That's what we're here for, to make some money and achieve our
Yeah,
dreams.
that Kohl's, those Kohl's cash, like that's huge. When you find a profitable product to buy, Kohl's, you can sell it profitably, and you're also getting $15 on every 50 you spend.
Yeah.
Spend like 4 to 5, you end up with like just 12,
Hundreds of dollars.
1,200 to 1,500 bucks in your like Kohl's cash. That's just like you're literally like just buying whatever at that point. Whatever sells on Amazon, it's free profit. Free.
And the best part too is if you don't factor in that Kohl's cash into your like ROI and you're still buying stuff that's over at least 20%, because if you buy something that's 20% and you're getting $15 back every $50, like that is actually like I don't fucking know, like 50% ROI. It just adds to the cake. And like I told Zach last Friday, I woke up at like 4 a.m. and he was like, "Yo, I just went to bed like 30 minutes before you," and I and I went on and I was like, I knew most of these sales are probably going to go live midnight Pacific time. So at 3 a.m. is their for 3 a.m. our time is midnight for them. So figure like an hour after that, I can hop on and just fucking spend a bunch of money, which I did. And I mean, it's all packed up over there now. Pretty much everything's been delivered.
I haven't got so you getting all those like buys in like early morning, definitely yours delivered like a day before me. So I got it at like 5 p.m. our time. So
Mm.
I got some stuff today, but definitely not all of it. I have like literally 100 units coming in today, or tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday.
Yeah.
Still Nike stuff still gotta come in too.
Yeah. I finally got these Nike shoes that I bought, no lie, probably 3 weeks ago
From Nike.
from Nike, dude.
Wow, that's honestly crazy.
Yeah. Maybe not 3 weeks ago, but probably the last episode we did 2 weeks ago. Like that, probably a
Was
couple days.
that that wasn't with Sick Flips, was it?
No, our last episode was just you and I. The one before that, I think, was with him.
Yeah. That's when
And
from Nike.
yeah, that was the band week when I was shivering me timbers because I thought we were gonna be porked off of Nike for
Yeah,
an unknown amount of time, but we're good.
yeah. And
Uh,
now it's like they don't like cash back, Rakuten cash back, order, number, quantity, like
bro, yeah, rack up those cash backs. Like I'm at over $700 now, which is a true statement.
lifetime or this statement period.
Yeah, like I think this statement period because the periods for them are weird. Like I'll get a check.
It'll say like lifetime cash back, I think.
Yeah, I can check that right now. That might be my lifetime, but I
Still
should be getting a bunch, whatever period this fucking thing is. Uh, oh yeah. So that's lifetime. It says my next big fat check for $75 will be sent next week, and then so $600 will be the next period, whatever. I don't know when that is,
I think it's
which is
like quarterly.
yeah. So keep using the cashbacks of Rakuten, Top Cashback, Honey, anything. If you go on a site, have all those extensions going. So it's annoying as fuck because they all come down and they're like blah 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 blah. But it's
Literally like pukes on your screen every time you
yeah,
open up a like all of them. I pretty much exit out until I get to the cart or until I get to checkout anyway. I'll let like Cooper run like the coupon scan.
yeah.
Once in a while it hits, and then the cashback's less than Rakuten. So I let the coupon hit, fire up Rakuten, back up, get the cashback.
Yeah, it's so important though, because like we see people that are just that's how they, take their income personally is just through their cash back. Like Miles told us last night in his call that his Rakuten's just hit 10K and he's gonna be freaking. That's crazy. I mean, I'm not a tax person, but someone said somewhere that cash back is not taxed because it's not counted as income. So take that as you please. Consult a tax professional, but
It's all your tax professional.
it could be pretty cool.
Could be cool.
And you can stack that with, your credit card cash backs too. Like once your mind gets going with these things, it's just like, wow, you could
Like,
be
wow, I want to spend 250K
a
right
month.
just so I can get that like 5K cash back.
Yeah, literally. All right, so we're in November, first week. It's the 8th day of November. We talked about the first week, which was last week, and how we spent crazy money at Kohls and other places. Um, Zach, what is your November goal as like your second like real full month on Amazon? And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So the goal right now, we're 8 p.m. to 8th. I'm sitting like just south of 8 grand. So almost 1,000 sales a day on average.
yep.
But I'm hoping in the next like few hours we can get there.
Oh yeah,
Never know. There's still plenty of time left. But yeah, I mean, I want to stick with the 1,000 a day average for sure. But with all the stuff that even just the first week we bought, and this week I'm already like buying a bunch too. Okay, you freaking 85 hundo.
not bad. What's your spend goal for this month?
Spend goal. So to start to trickle into December and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like definitely amp it up. So I mean, whatever Amex, Capital One, Chase, whatever, let me really. I
Just
ran into
max them
that.
out.
I ran into the first kind of like decline struggle today with Amex. It's just because I've literally had the card for like almost a month and a half and racked up like a 30 bill.
Yeah.
So they were like, "Hey man, like your $700 minimum payment that you paid last week isn't enough for your
Like
total
we need
balance
more.
here." So I tossed him some more money to get him to shut up. Hopefully that's good though. I mean,
Yeah, what I found out with the plum is like they did that to me for probably like 3 weeks straight. Like I'd buy a bunch of shit. My limit or my balance would go from like 15 to like 20K, and then they'd be like, your account is too high for whatever or whatever. And then I'd pay like $1,000, and then I spend 2,000, and then they'd be like blah blah blah. So I put down another 1,000, spend 2,000. I just keep doing that, and your minimum payment's good. Like I have like 4,000 left on mine, and it's due in 9 days, so that's no problem at all. Like I'll
crazy.
have that by Friday or something, and yeah, like you just as long as you're making payments, they're probably never gonna hit you up because they know that they should know what business you're doing, and with that they know like you're going to be making payments all the time,
Yeah,
and they can fuck off.
facts.
You got a sales goal for November? I know you just said you're like averaging $1,000 a day, so
Yeah, I mean, I want to hit 40K to like 100% what I did in October.
yep.
I keep those margins, like 12 to 15 ideally.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like this is the first Q4, so I feel like we're gonna get a lot more sellers and stuff, but the demand's gonna like at some point here skyrocket. So once the demand, hopefully like all these things that we're buying, like they're they're like good stuff for Christmas gifts or whatever. Like
Yeah.
if they're still in stock, which some of them I don't know. Hopefully we just figure out how to buy more.
Yeah, I think as the consumer starts to see more holiday commercials and holiday themed whatever, like
Yeah,
they're gonna start thinking like, oh shit, I gotta get this Christmas list from Johnny or whatever.
or whatever. Yeah.
And that's when they're just like buy, 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 buy. And
Yeah.
weekends sell, 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 sell.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I mean, some of the listings, like I'm definitely seeing like a lot more like sellers on them and stuff. Like it's
Bro,
making me a little nervous on some of them. Price
I
tag.
think I think we had like 1,000 viewers on the little snippet of me showing that Lego because someone posted an Instagram story like a couple of days ago, and
No
that
way.
Lego sleigh had 650 plus sellers on it.
Dude, is that the one that Miles posted on his like Twitter?
I don't know. I don't really use Twitter for FBA, but probably.
He posted it like the other night. It was just a picture of seller count, offer count, and
Yeah.
his tweet was just bruh
Probably.
650. I looked at it. I'm like, what?
Like unbelievable. I still have two in my basement. Like I don't even know what to do with them. I mean, I guess I'll sell them, but not
Yeah.
buying anymore.
I sent some stuff into some Legos into FBA, and I just like made my price way higher than what it's at.
Yeah.
I want to wait on some of that shit and just see what happens around November.
Yeah.
Only like I think it's only like 20 sets or something, so not that many. Just have them in. They're checked in. They're in FBA. They're sitting there. So whatever happens, happens with those. For sure.
Yep. I guess my goal for sales this month is probably to
You got
get up to 45K. I like to do like a 50% gain of last month. And I think last month was like 28 or 29, somewhere in that range. So a nice 50% gain would be pretty close to 45. I think with the amount of buying that I did the last, week or two, it it should correlate to a lot of sales and
yeah.
more profit. Because like I was talking with Zach and like so Zach did like 20K sales last month and I did 28K and he said his profit was like a little over 10% and mine was a little under 10% and I think we can so the real numbers I think Zach said like 2,000 I made like 2,500 or so you got to find more. I have to find more profitable stuff because like 2,500, like it's awesome, but putting in mad hours doing this, like you want to make more money than that.
Yeah.
So that's a big goal is to get more profitable stuff.
Which I mean, I don't know. Like think like what you do in sales? 30K.
Yeah, like a little under, and I had like fucking almost 5 grand of returns, so like that ate everything up.
Yeah, we gotta do what we were talking. Like stop buying products that have a high likelihood of getting returned.
Yeah,
Like yeah, the profit's nice and shit, but you get those returns rolling in and you see them on inventory labs and you're like, wow, that is absolutely
yeah. And you can see like you can go to the refund section and literally look at which item and like just go through the whole list. And if you had 50 plus returns in 1 month and they were all like shoes, like 95% of what my returns are shoes. And those shoes are supposed to be making you like 20 to $30 profit. And now they're getting returned and they can't even be sold again. Like that is a gut punch. So something to think about. Shoes make a lot of money but they also have like a 20% return rate. So
yeah.
you can always like categorize into like more like like a demographic, like the Nike Monarchs are like an old dude shoes, and like why would he return the shoe that he's probably bought like 100 times before that?
He wears them every year to mow the lawn.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like so if you like gear a little more towards like a more generic, maybe like a casual or like a walking shoe, then it's more likely this person's buying a new pair of that same shoe that they already own versus them buying a new shoe that they've never had before. So, something to think
Yeah,
about.
yeah, for sure. I mean,
Yeah, let's wrap this up. I'm sick
yeah,
and you get some
I
rest.
still got prepping to do,
Yeah, me too.
but
One more box and a bunch of labels to slap on and we're good.
yeah,
UPS is gonna love me tomorrow.
dude, I had 300 units go out today. The front pile on the front porch was absurd. I, totally forgot to take a picture of it, but
Come on, bro. You need the content.
I
Take a
need the
picture.
content. Dude, I used the side by side to bring that shit up last night though.
Yeah, I saw your
Like
video.
I am not walking all these boxes up all there's to the driveway to the front. No.
So what do you like? Drive the side by side out to the back and have the
Yeah,
sliding
just
door and just load it up.
load them all up, drive it up front. All those like the freaking boxes, like it would have been like over 20 trips,
Yeah, easily.
20 flights of stairs. Come on,
Fuck
all
that.
set.
Mm-mm.
But
Good workout, but a lot of time.
yeah, time wasted.
Yeah.
All right. Dogs are barking upstairs. Hopefully we couldn't hear them this whole time.
Folks, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining us again at FBA on the Water. This is episode 6. I don't know what the title is yet, but it'll be in the title of the video. And yeah, this is Nate signing
Talking
off.
shop. Talking
Going
shop.
back to work.
All
Peace.
right. See you guys later.